Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, Jean Carlomusto. So you made this movie about this kind of okay guy, the one and only Larry Kramer. Talk to me about telling Larry's story, because in terms of influence and what he's done, pretty cool stuff.
Yes, Larry has had an amazing impact, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do a documentary about him, because I thought, it's crazy. Somebody's going to wait until, God forbid, after he's gone, and they'll make him into a saint. Larry Kramer is not a saint. He's a very complex man. And even he himself, within the structure of the normal heart, showed himself warts and all. And I think that to me is the sign or the benchmark of a true hero. Are they willing to be human? And Larry is always willing to be human. And I could say, as someone who was part of the movement, what Larry gave us was he always gave us a sense of self-confidence that we were worth fighting for, we were worth preserving. And you may not really see it in context, but back in the 1970s and 80s, there were major political forces really fighting against any kind of visibility of LGBT people. So, Larry was like this person who came out of an important background. He had a whole movie history. He'd been nominated for an Academy Award. And here's this guy who had all this cachet telling us, you are important. You can make change. Fight back. Don't settle. And the import of that was monumental. It changed, not only did it change the world, but it changed us.
What's fascinating is it feels like his story and all the incredible work that he did was reawakened with The Normal Heart last year, and obviously the publicity and the critical acclaim that it got. Talk to me about the impact of The Normal Heart, because it opened up a whole new generation to what Larry Kramer did, but also the AIDS epidemic and the seriousness. And people forget this was a worldwide killer, still is, but back then it was a death sentence.
Yeah, The Normal Heart is just an amazing piece, because back when it was first done in 1985, many of us considered it, agitprop, something that would get us out in the streets and get us fighting back. But if you look at the play now, you realize it's just beautiful writing. And as someone who has a historical background, I shot oral history interviews with all the founders, the surviving founders of GMHC. One of the things I can tell you about The Normal Heart was historically it's accurate. If you go back and you listen to those oral history interviews, what Larry is saying about himself and everyone else involved is really borne out, basically, in these interviews, for the most part. So I think what he's done is he's written a piece that mobilized a community, that captured history, and that broke our hearts.